Hello, greetings to everywhere you find yourself. You are welcome to Sports Chat with Da Silva on Richmond TV. Welcome for your quality sports updates, authentic news, tidbits around the world of sports. The place to be is Richmond TV. Welcome once again on Sports Chat with Da Silva. Today, I have some wonderful panelists in the studio. We are coming to discuss about what is trending now, what is going on now at the African continent. Yes, it is the 34th edition of the African Cup of Nations currently going on live at Cote d'Ivoire. It was kicked off on Saturday with a nice, beautiful, awesome opening ceremony. And you know what happened? The Ivorians, yes, the elephants of La Cote d'Ivoire started on a good note, on a flying note. Now today, I have wonderful panelists join me to discuss a very important topic. In fact, yes, the Black Stars did not perform. So we are here to discuss what do you think is the problem? What went wrong? Can you like, share, subscribe, comment? So let me introduce my panelists. So I have a wonderful personality, a coach, a mentor, a father, and a brother as well. He is the person of Coach Julius, All Stars coach, Steel Pulse coach, so many awards. And those of you who doesn't know Julius, a wonderful goalkeeper. Yes, if you've been in Maryland for long, when we say goalkeeping, he is the man from the Balfour tournament everywhere. So when you say Coach Julius, please, everybody knows him. Coach Julius, welcome to Sports Chat on Richmond TV. You are welcome, Coach.
Thank you, Da Silva. I'm glad to be here. Thank you, viewers, for having me here. I would like to say that everybody needs to subscribe to Richmond TV. The sports chat is the best. You can go there. You can share your comments, like, subscribe. I mean, you will get all your sports needs from Richmond TV with Da Silva himself. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, Coach Julius. Now, my second panelist is a doctor by profession. Look, don't be deceived that he only loves to be at the hospital treating patients. No, this man loves sports. He has even invested. Yes, when we talk about money in soccer, when All Stars were All Stars, he was part of the financiers with Coach Julius and myself. His love for the game, understanding is perfect. Welcome to the studio, Dr. Yao Owusu-Poku. Doctor, you are welcome to Sports Chat with Da Silva on Richmond TV.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Da Silva, for having me in your studios today. And I think we're going to have a very good conversations today. But before, I'm just going to say thank you to the viewers as well for having the time to watch us. And then I will recommend that they subscribe, like and share to their families and friends. Because when you come here, this is where you get all the tidbits, you get all the information, you get all the facts. So let's just get it started. Thank you for having me again.
You're welcome, Doctor. Now, my last panelist, last but not the least, Mr. Netty. He goes by the name Frisky Biero. A lover of the game, an astute Arsenal fan. That should tell you he's got a lion heart like myself. He's brave. He's not scared of broken heart. You have to be brave to support the Gunners. He's a true Arsenal fan. For those of you who doesn't know, Biero is a very good chief accountant. Tax season is around the corner. Yes, he got you. Biero is the man. Understanding of the game perfect. When he loves something, he loves something. So you see how his passion will go. And today, Black Stars, be very careful. Mr. Biero, Risky Biero, Welcome to Richmond TV.
Yeah, thank you, Da Silva, for having me on the show. Viewers, thank you for um, tuning in. We are about to have a very good discussion, and like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and then join the channel. You can send me your comments, and your comments are welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, my wonderful panelists. You are once again welcome to Sports Chat with Da Silva on Richmond TV. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And let's all come and discuss some interesting topics. Okay, let me just zoom straight into action. As I rightly said, the 34th edition of the African Cup of Nations, the AFCON, kicked off Saturday at the People's Republic of Cote d'Ivoire with an awesome opening ceremony. It was a very, very, very good opening ceremony. And of course, the Ivorians did not disappoint. One goal in each half, the Ivorians rose to the occasion to beat Guinea-Bissau by 2-0. That was the only match on Saturday. On Sunday, there were 3 matches. The Super Green Eagles of Nigeria, Victor Osimhen, and the co. They were held by Equatorial Guinea to a 1-1 draw. That was the second match. Sunday, there came the Pharaohs of Egypt. Yes, Mo Salah and team and crew. It was 2-2. Egypt took the lead. Mozambique came, equalized, and they also took the lead. And what I saw from that game, passion. The Egyptians, you saw that they wanted something. And VAR and last-minute penalty helped them. And it was a 2-2 against the Mozambicans. There came the Ghana Blasters and the Blue Sharks of Cape Verde. Yes, it was also a 2-1 in favor of Cape Verde. I know that scoreline is kind of, but we'll delve deep into it. Today, the Teranga Lions of Senegal, yes, Koulibaly and Sadio Mane and team, led by their coach, their able one-time captain, Aliou Cisse, show that they are really the defending champions. They walloped Gambia by 3-0. There came the indomitable Lions of Cameroon against Guinea. It was also 1-1. Then the Desert Warriors of Algeria played the Angola national team. And that game also ended 1-1. So far, these are the matches that has taken place. Out of all this match, a total of 18 goals. Yes, 18 goals have been produced. Some wins and some draws. Let me go to Coach Julius. Coach Julius, what do you think about, what is your intake about so far the matches that has been played?
Well, thank you, Mr. Da Silva. So far, I have watched a few games, and it's getting much interesting as the games go on. I think that watching Nigeria play Equatorial Guinea was an eye opening for me. To me, I was expecting Nigerians to dominate, but it turns out that Equatorial Guinea had something under their sleeves, and they held on. I mean, they held on so strong. That makes me believe that every team now, every country now is ready to play whoever, whenever, and they're not there to joke. They're there to win. So irrespective of what we grew up knowing, that these are the top dogs of Africa, it's not there anymore. Now the underdogs and the big dogs are mixed up together. So we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have some exciting matches, but overall, I think that everybody can come out and perform. It's up to the team, that's coming to show that, hey, I belong here. So far, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying every part of it, and I hope everybody else is doing the same. What do you think, Yao?
So thank you very much, viewers. Sorry about we having some technicalities at the studio. Thank you very much. Am I audible? Can you hear me, guys?
Yes,
Yes.
we can.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you very much, Coach Julius. Yeah, I also perfectly agree. The Nigeria match, I mean, was okay to me because I was expecting the Super Green Eagles to win. Now, yeah, the same question. You've watched some of the games that has been played so far. What is your intake so far about the games that has been played?
Well, I haven't watched any most of them, but the few that I've watched,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a very good AFCON. There are some very good teams that have played very good football. Especially what I watched today was between Senegal. Senegal looks like a very compact team that's going to. I don't know. I don't want to jump the gun, but I think they're going to do very well in this tournament. And I think I watched is it Tunisia today? Is it Tunisia, Morocco?
Algeria.
Algeria.
Algeria, yeah, they were very good too. So I think it's going to be a very, but you can't predict. The countries that you think will get beat, they are scoring in all the games. They score first, and then you have to struggle to come back. All this Guinea and all this Cape Verde and all the small teams, they are all just scoring. So I don't think you can underestimate anybody. So I think it's going to be fun watching what's going to happen at the end.
Yes. So yeah, I think it's going to be fun. So Frisky Piro, what is your intake about the games that has been played so far?
Oh yeah. So far I've seen the game has improved. This year, if I look at the crop of team that are some of them you might think they will not perform well, but then look when you watch the game this afternoon, I saw the yesterday I saw the Nigeria and
Equatorial Guinea.
Equatorial Guinea game when Equatorial Guinea scored first, and then Victor Sime equalized. The game was even, one would have thought that those Super Eagles, having scored so many goals to qualify for the tournament, I think they scored about 18 goals or so to get to the tournament. I would have thought they would score Equatorial Guinea by 4 goals to nil, but and I was surprised that they were able to take them on. So it looks like this tournament there's no underdog. There's a lot of shocks in the game. Who would have thought that Ghana will be beaten by Cape Verde? These days doesn't look like we proud ourselves of being a soccer nation, but we saw what that small country did to us. So the game has improved, and also this evening I saw that of Algeria and Angola. Algeria started very well. They were attacking. They spoiled a lot of chances. They could have been up by at least 4 goals to 1 or so. But in the end, it boils down to stamina. You realize that they were they lost gas, and when they introduced Mahrez and other players, we saw that they picked up. They were playing, the long passes, trying to score, and so I mean, everybody has proven that they belong there. That's my take.
Okay, thank you, Bureau. Thank you. Yes, but personally, I think out of all the games that I've watched, Egypt showed that they had a fighting spirit, but I think Senegal, from what I saw today, they made the game so simple. So there was a nice telepathic understanding between like all the players on the field of play, and Aliou Cisse got his substitution spot on. So let me just put it's early days here, but so far to me the matches that I've watched, I think Senegal have really stood up tall, that they are really in business. What do you think, Bureau? What do you think of the Senegalese national team?
Yeah, Senegalese national team, they have some good players out there. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, in the country, they won the cup the last time, and they are the defending champion. And from the way they started, maybe they it's possible that they might win again, but it's too early to call now. Let's see. Cameroon too. They're playing very well, and I could also see the fighting spirit that when they were down and they fought hard to score. So I think Gambia is not a strong team. Let's see how they'll fare against the other teams, like the big teams, and then if they beat one of them easily, then we can say that look, they're in contention for the African Cup of Nations this year. But for now, it's too early to call. That's what I'll say.
I perfectly agree. Coach Julius, what do you think?
I agree. I agree with Piero. I'll be honest with you. Watching Senegal play, to me, is like um, watching European players play. And I've always been a fan of the Senegalese team. There are a few countries within the African continent that, excuse me, that plays the European style, and they happen to be one of them. Their ball movement, their chemistry, you can tell they understand what they're doing. Um, it, each possession means something to that player, and they understand where everybody needs to be. So there, if you're playing against a team like that, you just have to brace yourself for a lot of speed. For any mistake that you make, they're gonna make you pay for it. The ball movement, the precision and the passes, you can tell the accuracy in players' movement. Everything about them is on point. So I want to say that they are going to be my favorite. But then again, like Piro said, I don't want to talk too fast. I don't want to push the gun. I just see something unique about them, which to me it boils down to chemistry. They've done this for a while, and they understand what they're doing.
Thank you, Coach Julius. What is your intake? Yeah, I think Senegal for now, they might as we defend the trophy. Do you think they are that good after watching them today, Yao? Okay, so maybe Yao is having some technical challenges, so Yao will join the discussion as time goes on. Now let's zoom in into the topic of tonight. Can the Black Stars of Ghana, can they shine? Viewers, if you just joined us, you are watching Sports Chat with Da Silva live on Richma TV. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that Sports Chat with Da Silva on Richma TV on YouTube is the place to be at this right time, at this right moment. Can the Black Stars shine? After watching them yesterday, personally, I wasn't impressed, and I know the whole Ghanaian public, nobody is happy. Is it the Black Stars? That we know. Let me go to Yao. Yao, I hope you watched the match yesterday. In brief, what do you think went wrong with the Black Stars of Ghana yesterday, in your personal opinion?
I don't think it can be brief about this. There's a lot. If you want to say it, you're gonna go like 2-3 days, and you're still gonna be talking about what went wrong. But I will just say one or two. I'm not a coach. I've never been to coaching school. But the little that I saw there was no sense of urgency, right? It's like all the players have been put there it's like they are being forced to play. They don't know, they don't have let me say, they don't know what they are playing for. They don't know whether they are playing for a country, whether they are playing for themselves, or who they are playing for. They have no purpose. Let me just put it that way. You know, for example, losing a ball to an opponent, even the recovery alone was even slow. Nobody cared about what is happening. They were just nonchalant. They're just moving around like they don't care. Okay, give me the ball. And all I want to do is just run to the pole, lose the ball, and then just walk back. That's all they were doing. But the other team was doing the opposite. They will soak, and then they will counter. And when they counter, it's like they want something. They want a result. So it's like they're coming and then they're coming to score. They're trying to get a result. But on the Ghana side, I don't know. It just everybody was just doing their own thing. They're all doing their own thing. Secondly, I think there were certain changes that I don't think it helped. There were two players that were injured that they were not supposed to play, and they were playing in pivotal roles in there. Samet came in for a midfielder that he wasn't even supposed to be in there. He's injured. If he couldn't even tackle, he couldn't even break passes. He was just all over the place. Salisu, for example, he's injured. He's been injured for a very long time. He only played 2 games for Southampton, and then they called him into the team. And then he came in, and then you start him on the first game. You have regular players that have been playing, even though they are not playing well. We've lost most of our games coming towards this AFCON. But I would prefer you use them because they've been playing for some time. I would prefer you use them than to bring somebody in that has been injured for so many months and just play 2 games and then they say, "Oh, I'm just going to trust him to be our defender." No. So again, I don't think we have any purpose. I don't think we don't know what we are playing for. We're just there because we just want to be there. I think that's what it is. So me, for example, I don't really expect much from the team. I don't expect anything from them. Hey, if something happens, hallelujah, we'll just thank God for it. But at this point, hey, we're just going to play as it is, you know.
I think I agree perfectly with Yao. Yes, and I still don't get it. After Mohamed Salisu moved to Monaco, he was injured, so he just have only 2 games, match fitness. So if you know Mohamed Salisu very well, it's like Nimwaye Drew. He has put it on weight, so it wasn't working. Let me zoom straight to Coach Julius. Julius, speaking from a coach perspective and how you know some of these players, did Coach Houston got his selection right or wrong?
Well, if you ask me, typically you go to war with the soldiers that you have, and whether being an injured soldier or a fit soldier, if you're destined to be there, you're there to perform. I do agree with Yao simply on the sense of purpose. You know, if you're a soldier and you're at the battlefield, what is your sense of purpose? You know, and if you're a soccer player and you get on the field, what is your sense of purpose? I'm saying that to say this. Dating back time when we watched Black Stars, you could tell every player is there because he loves his country so much and that he wants to show the world that Ghana is the team to play for. Ghana is the place to be. But if you look at these players now, they don't have that mindset. They don't have the spirit of that wearing that uniform to represent Ghana, which to me, it's a little bit disturbing because if you wear the jersey and we as fans that watch them constantly, we get goosebumps. So you can imagine the player that's on the field. How is he supposed to feel? I don't think there was one player on that field that proved that he really wants to win. He's there for a specific, a reason. I want to point out the day Ayu. He was the only person that kept, and he's been consistent at doing this. He's always encouraging and motivating these guys to,
I agree.
keep going and keep pushing. For me, and I know this may be off subject, but I will come back to what we're saying. I think that the coach started the wrong players. Okay, and the reason I'm going to say that is from experience as a coach. If I'm going into a tournament and it's that big, regardless, I want to go with most of my experienced players because they've been there before. They understand what it takes to pick up the first win, second win, and then I will start to blend in the newer and the younger guys to carry it forward. If I go with the younger guys, the platform may be too big for them. So they may not understand what it takes to pick up the first win before they realize other teams had already beaten them and then we're playing catch up. If you watch Cape Verde, most of their players are older players and they understood what they were doing. So the platform was not too big for them, but they instead took advantage of the fact that our coach started a bunch of newer guys, a bunch of younger guys, which, in my opinion, they're not bad. They're just not built for that platform. So, if you ask me, did the coach go on the right track? I would say no, he didn't. He did not, and he hasn't for a long time. And I have nothing personal against him. I just have seen too many flaws since he took over from Otuado. Not to say Otuado was doing anything significant. I just, from a coaching standpoint, I don't see any of them technically built for Black Stars. That's just my opinion. But I think, if you're asking, can Black Stars shine? Yes, they can shine, but under different management. And I think if you get different management, you will have different type of players. And I was saying this to somebody earlier that Black Stars have died right after ACN and Muntari and those guys faded out. To be honest with you, we haven't seen any high level performance besides that. So we are at the AFCON, yes, but our track record now, prior to that, has shown that we don't really belong there.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach Julius. Yes, and I think I agree with Coach Julius too. In a nutshell, Chris Hilton got it wrong. His starting lineup. Biaro, let me ask you this. 2015, Equatorial Guinea. We lost our first match against the Teranga Lions of Senegal. All hopes were gone. Second match, again, the then Desert Warriors, Algerians. They had Mahrez. They were very good on the continent. Out of nowhere, there was a good long pass from Mubarak Wakasu. Asamajan pounced on it. And prior to that match, Asamajan was not even feeling well, so he even missed the first game. Boom, 1-0. Then we went on to beat the Bafana of South Africa to qualify. So we have been in this situation before. So Biaro, the question to you, do you think something like that will happen to this current crop or generation of Black Stars for them to shine at this tournament?
To be frank, no.
Okay.
Because when you look at our first match and look at the kind of players he started with, look at the midfield. He played Baba Idrisu and Majid Ashimero.
Ashimero, yeah.
And then that gentleman from Germany, he's been called to the Black Stars. He's never played any of the game. Then boom. Yesterday, you started a gentleman. He he has never played with any of the players. Though maybe during training, he's played one or two, training matches with them, but they don't know him enough. So you could see that the guy is playing out of, place.
Position, yeah.
Yeah, his position, he's not playing well. There's no cohesiveness, and we don't have midfield. Our midfield is in tatters, and we saw it when they played the USA and Mexico. We saw that the passes were not being, were not going through. They were losing possessions here and there, and the same thing happened. And like I agree with Yao, there was no sense of urgency. Like it was like they were forced to be on the pitch. And it's an honor to play for your country. If you want to play for Ghana, you must give it your all. You must leave every fiber of strength in your body. You must make sure you leave it on the pitch. And we didn't see that yesterday. And I don't think we're going to replicate what happened in the past. Sorry, we don't have those kind of players any longer. The materials you went with, Dukadaya, I don't think we have the material. So, I mean, let's all guard our heart. Let's lower our expectations. If they made it out of the group, fine. And if they don't, we'll watch the other matches. That's all I'll say.
Thank you very much, Bureau. One thing I've noticed about Coach Houston. So this current Black Star coach, yesterday was his 11th game. Out of this 11 games that he's played, his first halves are very poor. The only time we scored a goal in the first half was the match between Central African Republic at the Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium. I think in the 42nd or 43rd minutes, through a Mohamed Kudus free kick. In that match, they even have to score for us to come from behind. So to me, consistency-wise, no. This man, he's starting 11. And you've been with this team for so many years. Is it consistency killing the Black Stars? One question. And the follow-up question is, or the coach doesn't know what he's doing? Coach Julius, what do you think?
Well, when it comes to consistency, I think that the only thing consistent is that the last couple of years, the Black Stars have been consistent in being poor. Okay, they've been performing very abysmal. I am not impressed by a long shot. I actually vowed not to even watch their game because my blood pressure went up when I've been watching them. Now, with regards to the coach, again, you can only go to war with the soldiers that you have, okay? And he has been given, or maybe he selected certain type of players that do not fit his strategy. I don't want to say he's a bad coach. I don't understand the type of strategy he plays, because in every game, every coach has their own strategy that they play. What is his strategy? That is one question that we need to ask. And I'm yet to see that. So has the Black Star been consistent? Yes, they've been consistent in failing, but if we give it a try, as in giving it to somebody else and saying, hey, listen, can you recruit your own players without any outside interference, and that you will be, solely responsible for this team for the next 2-3 years. I think the Black Stars are going to be consistent in winning, because then, every manager comes in and has their own design in place, and then people has to follow those managers' rules. Whether it's going to be good or bad, depending on the strategic plan in place, we will see. But up to this point, I am not impressed, and I'm a diehard Ghanaian. I just can't risk my heart watching Ghana football right now, because I think that the coach and the entire team does not belong to AFCON right now. And this is my honest to God truth. They're um, they're making us look bad, especially the whole entire world knows that Ghana is the top team to play. And you're coming to play Ghana, you're scared. Now anybody comes to Ghana to play us, and they're looking at us, they're, yeah, we're gonna get them. They down. Comoros downplayed us. Cape Verde looked at the game and it said they're easy to beat. And again, I mentioned earlier that our performance in scrimmages and friendly matches transcend onto serious games. And that was what Bureau was saying, that if you look at the game against Mexico and US and some other teams, we were decimated. Why? Because our performance is poor. We are not playing any pattern. We don't have any strategy. All we're doing is knocking the ball left and right, and cannot even connect 20-second passes. If a professional team, cannot connect 20-second pass, that team does not need to be in any league or any tournament, period, because you don't belong there. At this level, you have to be able to possess the ball at least more than 30 seconds. And we cannot do that. I dare anybody to tell me what strategy we're playing and why we can't connect passes from the goalkeeper to the back line to the midfield on to the strikers and our finishing third. We don't even have a plan. So I don't see us going too far, to be honest with you. And I think that the team has to be dissolved and rebuilt from the under 20 and be taken serious from there, and handed over to one person who can solely be responsible for everything. And we don't need any outside interference, like I said.
Okay. Thank you, Coach Julius. Thank you very much. So, yeah, let me ask you this. Do you think that, I don't even know, the coach doesn't know his players? Because we watch Inaki Williams day in, day out, performing for Atletico Bilbao. And he's always striking from the right-hand side of the attack. They don't play him as an out-and-out striker. But why does this coach always play? Does he know his players? Because I personally believe that he's playing most of these players out of position. And before you come in here, the Namibia friendly match, he made a comment that was like, yes, you put in Ashmero, bring in Richmond Lamptey. He said he already had a defensive midfielder. But we all know from watching Fabulous Asante Kotoko, Richmond Lamptey is not a DM. He's not a defensive midfielder. So my question to you, does the coach know his players very well? Because we watch the Premier League, and you don't have to be a coach to answer this. Inaki always strike from the right-hand side of midfield, and he's always producing. He comes to Ghana, they put him up top, and yet he made a run. This strike midfielders are not seeing him. So do you think Coach Houston knows his players? Yeah.
Well, my problem is, I don't know if I'm even going to talk about the coach. Does the Ghana country itself as a whole, do we even have a system? Let alone the institutions having a system. We don't. Again, do they even allow him to do what he wants to do? Does he have the power to get the players that he wants to get? Do they even allow him to play the formation that he wants to play? Coming to Inaki Williams, even if he plays him in the position that he plays for Athletic Bilbao, who's going to be giving him those balls? Who's going to be giving him those passes? So from the bottom up, nothing is working. and it's going to remain like that. It seems like we don't learn from our mistakes. That's what I've seen since 2015 up until now. We haven't even learned a single thing. We haven't even changed a single thing. We keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. We took the same thing to the World Cup, and then now we are here. So until we change something from the bottom, nothing else up there is going to change. We're going to keep coming back. We're going to keep talking about the same thing. Oh, is the coach? Is this person? Is that person? Is that person? We're just going to keep in circles, keep going back and forth. Nothing is going to change. He's I'm not going to say he's a bad coach because he's coached so many big teams and he's done very well. So I'm a little bit surprised how I thought he was going to come in and he was going to be his own man and then do his own thing. But it seems like it's not like that. It's been like the previous coaches where it seems like the players are being pushed on him. Even formations alone are even being pushed on him. I'm just a legend. I don't know, but I'm just a legend because that's what I'm saying. Because as a coach, even with the players that you have, you don't have to have extraordinary players. You don't have to have all these Ronaldos and all that. You can work with what you have if you have a system. And whatever if they know what they are playing for. But they don't know what they're playing for. They don't even know why they are there. So what is the point? You can have all the players in the world, but if you don't know what you're playing for, there's no point of you being in there. So I would just say it's just the mindset. We don't have that mindset to fight. We don't have the mindset to recover. We don't even know that we are playing for a country that built that. Now they are even talking about, Ghana doesn't pay me. West Ham pays me. That's where I get my money from. So why do I have to risk myself for the country? That's what it's been now. But before it wasn't like that. Everybody wants to play Black Stars. Everybody is happy to even be called to come play. But now a player can send you a letter and tell you that please don't call me up to the Black Stars because I'm not coming. Before, did you hear that anywhere in the 90s, in the 2000s? Do you hear any player send a note to them telling them that, hey, I'm not coming. I don't want to play for the Black Stars because I want to concentrate on my club team. Yes, I know you want to feed your family, but what the patriotism that we had before is not like that anymore. And without that, we should just forget it. Yeah.
Thank you very much, yeah. So Piero, do you think our players are very bad or our coach is very bad? And the reason why I'm asking you this, I saw a World Cup qualifier at the Kumasi Sports Stadium, Ghana versus South Africa. You could see the faces of these players when even the anthem was played, Stephen Appiah. Like the can't faces, I'm ready to kill these people. I'm ready to go to the World Cup. This crop of players, do you see that zeal? And do you think the coach is not good or the players are also not good and they don't understand the coach system? What do you think, Biro?
Yeah, looking at let me do this analogy. If you're a chef and you are giving all the ingredients and you ended up, cooking a bad food, who do you blame? Do you blame the ingredients or you blame the chef? So this coach has all the players at his disposal. And I believe that these players, they are good. I mean, if they are not good, they wouldn't have gotten the chance to play in their various European clubs. But I personally think the coach lacks, the experience in the African terrain, how to play in Africa. I know this is its maiden edition of playing the African Cup of Nations. And he has all these players available at his disposal. And he's playing players out of position. You cannot be doing the same thing and expect to get a different result. We saw it from the friendly matches and we saw that he couldn't use the players well. So if anyone is to be blamed, it's the coach. He just doesn't have it. It might be good at what it in Europe, but in Africa, it's a different ball game together. He should have allowed himself to study the terrain and see how coaches, understudy other coaches, how they were able to do it in Africa. But from the way he's playing the players, it's like if you want to win something, play players where they feel comfortable, they can gel and give off their best. But this coach is not doing that, which is very sad because I think highly of him. We saw what he did in the Premier League, and we were all rooting for him that, let us give Black Stars, he will be able to do something. Then, his performance, if you compare how many games he's won so far, elsewhere he would have been fired because his records are poor, to be honest with you. Yeah, he would have been fired. So I'm not impressed. The least said about him, the better. He should just
Thank
leave.
you. Thank you very much, Bureau. Viewers, you are still watching Sports Chat with Da Silva live on Richma TV, where today we are discussing a very crucial topic after the defeat of the Ghana Black Stars yesterday in their AFCON opener against Cape Verde, where they lost by 2-1. I have in the studio today Coach Julius, the seasonal coach, Dr. Yao, who is a philanthropist when it comes to the game of sports, and Chief Accountant Bureau. We are discussing, can the Black Stars shine? Are we going to go back to the old glorious days? The likes of Abedi Ayew Pele, Stephen Tonado Appiah, Abdul Razak the Golden Boy, the safest pair of hands, Joseph Carr, Reverend Osei Kofi, Awuli Kwe Senior. When those days Ghana were Ghana, 4 times African champions. The last time that we won it was in 1982. And up to date, Ghana has not won this cup. We've played the finals, 9 good times. We've unnested the trophy 4 times. Please continue to share, bring in your comments, like the program, and subscribe. Briefly, if the video is ready, let's watch the highlights. So producer, kindly show if the video is ready. Take us to the highlights, please.
Chances.
So that's the Black Stars of Ghana. So we are watching the highlights of the goals, what transpired yesterday. Cape Verde scored the first goal. Ghana find an equalizer, but it was ruled out for offside, which was a perfect decision. And we thought maybe we will come out with at 1 point. But unfortunately, Cape Verde found the winner. Thank you very much, production team. Thank you. So now we've watched the highlights, how the Black Stars conceded or how the Black Stars lost yesterday's game. Bureau, after looking at the highlights, what do you think about how we considered those 2 goals. Could we have prevented those goals? What do you think?
We could have, especially the first goal and the second goal. Those were self-inflicted. How can 3 defenders see one guy passed, maneuver through them? Couldn't you have fouled him for a technical foul? But they allowed the guy to pass through the 3 of them. Then after they score, you raise your to do what? So that what? I mean, these guys, they are not serious. And look at the second goal. Look at the second goal. I mean, I just can't wrap my mind around the fact that we sat down and allowed this thing to happen. Look at the defenders. They were just poor watching, like they just came to the park for holidays. No, we can't joke like that, man. This guy, they can't joke with our hearts because we put our energy, everything into, into Black Stars because it's our team. We love our team. But when you're wearing the jersey, defenders, your job is to prevent the striker from scoring. So how difficult is that? If you don't want to play, then get out of the team. We don't have time. So all the 2 goals, Black Stars shouldn't have considered that goal. So look, our players, look, you guys, you need to do better. You really need to, put in more effort. Because we saw what happened with Angola. When they scored them first, they pushed to equalize. They pushed so hard, you could see. I mean, they didn't have the crop of players Algeria has. But you see the effort, like they were playing as a team to equalize, to win something for their country. And that sense of urgency, we didn't see it. And, after the goal, you could see that they simply don't want to be there. They just don't want to be there. Because now it has become like a sing song all the time. We'll be singing the same song. But yet, when they go, it's like they don't care. They know that, okay, if I hurt myself, that means I'm going to be on a bench warmer for a long time. So they are only focused on their money, So they are in a hurry. They know as soon as we are kicked out of the first round, they will not even come to Ghana. They're going back to their team. It means they don't care. So our Black Stars, that 2 goals, they should not have considered those goals. And look at the gift, especially, the first goal, for example, when Richard Ofori, a goalkeeper. I mean, you should have, scanned your surrounding before pushing the ball. Put the ball right under the feet of an opponent, and then boom, here we go. They've scored us. We can't be doing this same thing. They better win the other 2 matches. If not, we'll continue to say what we have to say. We'll speak our mind. We'll speak our mind. So they should, if you take on you wear the Black Star jersey, when you go there, leave everything there. Let us see that you put in your all. And then but we are not seeing it. So you better do well. The team should better do well. Step up. And the second game, look, to Egypt, it will be tough.
Okay, it will be tough. Biaro says second game against Egypt, it will be tough. The same round of question. Yeah, we just watched the highlights. Those 2 goals, do you think it could have been prevented? So after watching the highlights, what do you think about the game in, those 2 goals that was scored against Ghana?
Even those 2 goals, my son could have prevented 1 from those 2 goals. Where was the right back for the first goal? Where was he?
Out of position.
If you know you overlap and then you will not be able to recover, why do it?
Right.
You know, if you know you're going to recover, you're going to overlap and then not be able to recover, then there's no point of you moving up that high. Because he was nowhere. It was Pencil that was back there. But even he was also not even looking at his surroundings. And again, I'm also going to come back to the goalie, for example. If you're going to punch the ball, it should be away from your 18. You can't just dive and punch a ball and then put it right in your 18. Anybody can just tap it in. So all those 2 goals, the goalie could have helped punch the ball outside. It's easy that way, unless maybe Coach Julius can maybe say something about that, but that's what I saw. I think it's easy. You just punch the ball outside of your 18. It makes it easier. The ball's away from your 18. You know, it's going to make it harder for them to even bring it back in. But if you punch it right there, anybody can just tap it in. And the second goal, it comes back to the fatigue. They are all just tired. I don't even know. They have no stamina. They have no stamina to fight, to do anything. For the ball just kept rolling through, and then went to somebody else, and the person just tapped it in. So it was all easy. The defense, it was those 3, the right back, Salisu, and Gideon Mensah, they were not supposed to be there. It was even Jiku, he's not my favorite, but if he wasn't him, it would have been like 5-6 goals. It would have been like 5-6 goals. So again, we'll keep talking and talking and talking. It's going to come down to they don't want to be there. It's just as simple as that. They don't want to be there. Yeah. So anything, it's just easy. Any team that watch that game know that we are coming against Black Stars, we are going to beat them, because if they're going to be playing the same way, it's easy for anybody to beat them. It's easy for anybody to beat them. You know, so those 2 games, there was no way that those 2 games should go in the post in the first place. No way.
The 2 goals, yeah.
No way.
Thank you very much. Let me go ahead and read some before I go to Coach Julius. Read some few comments. So Alexander the Most says he agrees. Yes, he says I agree. Daniel Boateng, all the way from New Jersey. What's up, Daniel Boateng? House in the house. So Daniel said Ghana have the talent, but they don't have a team. Then Kwe Manye Georgia, a very good gospel musicians in this DMV area. He said, good job, guys. And Oliver Kwame Ajima, he said, yeah, I'm listening. You guys should forget about the Black Stars. The problem is nothing but woeful GFA and its incidents on the national teams. Bad governing GFA, bad coach, irresponsible players. I don't know why the state is wasting resources on such useless teams. That is what Kwame Ajima said. So they said, Coach Julius, after watching the highlights, and again, yeah, I'm like, for instance, Richard Ofori, the last time he played a competitive game was in September. And the last time the back four that we used from the headmaster, Odoi, Salisu, Jiku, and Gideon Mensah, including the goalkeeper, they have never ever played together. Maybe 2 or 3 has played together before, but the back four, including the goalkeeper, they've never ever played before. Yesterday was the first time they were paired together. So, Coach Julius, those goals that you saw, we just watched the highlight.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure, yeah. Before you say something, before you say something,
they haven't played together for a long time, but there are certain things that are just basic, right? Those stuff are just basic. That's what I'm saying. I just want to hear what Julius is going to say about the goalie. It's just basics. Whether you've been training or whether you've been playing or whatever you've been doing, it's just basics. Basics never goes away from you. You have it. So you don't have to even train to know the basics. You see what I mean? So
I perfectly agree.
Punching the ball, getting the ball in your 18, you know that you're going to punch the ball. Where do you punch it to? You punch it right in your 18, or it goes away from your 18.
Totally agree.
So it's just basics. You know, that can help too.
The coach shouldn't have even started them in a major tournament. That is my problem. But anyways, over to you, Coach Julius. What do you think?
Well, it's interesting that we're talking about that those two goals. To me, I want to say that the first goal, there's nothing wrong with what Richard Ofori did. Um, as a goalkeeper for over 30 years, I think he did exactly what I would have done. Um, when you have a striker who has that much pace and he's beating your team from the sideline, making his way all the way to the 18 box area. Okay. And he takes such an incredible shot. Mostly goalkeepers don't expect those shots to come because there's a defender on that striker. So it was an unexpected shot and he made an unexpected save. So to be able to redirect the ball towards a certain direction is going to be very, very difficult. As a matter of fact, usually goals like that, shots like that could cause an easily goal because most goalkeepers don't expect those shots to come. Because if you have a defender, what we know is if you have a defender on a striker, okay, and the defender is doing his job, you don't expect the striker to take that shot that quick. But the guy was so good that he took that shot knowing that he might catch the goalkeeper off guard. Let's be honest. He almost beat him to that shot, but he made an incredible save. The direction at which the ball went is questionable, yes, but if if it's an unexpected shot, it's very difficult for any goalkeeper, including myself, to be able to determine that I'm punching it this way, right? Now, let's say for instance he did punch it, so then his his right back could cover him. Where was he? What was the right back? That was what y'all was saying. If you want to overlap and you know your stamina is not there, why take that risk? Why take that risk? So my thought on all of this goes is this: if you have a bad defense, you will expose your goalkeeper. If your goalkeeper, it may be the best goalkeeper like goalkeeper Carr from back in the days, Oliver Kahn from back in the days, they will still be exposed if your defense is bad, which in this case, our defense was, I mean, I lack a better word that could replace bad, but it was the worst defense that we've ever seen in Ghana history. If I used to criticize John Boy, but I would probably have John Boy over some of these guys that were back there because you can tell they can't even trap the ball. Okay, they couldn't even trap the ball. You give a back pass, they don't understand what they need to do next. Everything we're saying boils down to what uh Biro was saying. The coach, the coach, the coach, the coach. The coach has given us what he can. We need to try somebody else because we are already seeing from his track record of being with Ghana that he cannot perform. And it's not so much of he cannot perform at the African level. It's just that he doesn't have what it takes to perform. I mean, that's what I would say. Because if you've been given all the ingredients to prepare jollof and you ended up with rice water, okay, you cannot cook. It's that simple. Okay. Somebody else could take the same players, play a different strategy, and may shine. But as it stands, those two goals, in my opinion, was defensive error. There's no way I would hold Richard Ofori accountable for any of those goals. He did what he was supposed to do, but the defense exposed them. They exposed them very bad. And I think that if we look at Cape Verde coach, he he explored the fact that our left back, Gideon Mensah, was not performing. So he realized that they need to use that side more. And when they started exploring that area, it became eminent that that was where the goal was going to come from, because that was where the goal came from the first place. So if we want to talk about those goals, we have to talk about the back line. They're very slow in tracking back, and when they're given the ball by the goalkeeper to start making plays, they don't even know what they need to do. There was one point that I almost caught a heart attack when they gave our center back, they gave him a back pass, okay, and he was unaware of a player coming behind him, and they took the ball from him. Okay, it goes back to what we've been saying the whole time. Where is that sense of purpose? Where is that sense of alertness? Where is that sense of urgency? They don't have any of it. And if they don't have any of it, they're a bunch of jokers. They're gonna get on the field and play anyhow because they don't have any sense of direction. There's nobody that's telling these young men, you need to play this tune. Let's not forget though, because we can criticize and we can talk about how bad they are though. Let's not forget how many scrimmages have they played to show that they belong to that level. And I'm going to say this, and I know I might take a heat for it, but I can guarantee you this: Kotoko, Haas, or any of our local Premier League teams can easily beat Black Star 1-on-1. Period.
Okay.
Yeah, and I say that because and I'm gonna tell you this: if you look at Kotoko and Hearts, right? They have chemistry. Any team that has solid chemistry can beat in our local dialect they say Fafrakobo. They can beat anybody if you have that chemistry. Black Star do not have chemistry. It's a pure local dialect of Fafrakobo. You just call a bunch of people and they go play because they don't belong there. To be honest with you, they don't. And I'm not gonna sit here and give the coach a hard time because one, he know that the players that he has, they're not good. He knows that. So if he knows that and they're not willing to give him the right players to go play, then we have a problem. And also, Kofi, the Silva, I mentioned earlier that I believe that in any tournament, you have to go with the most experienced players that you have, to perform. A lot of us are criticizing the Ayu brothers and some players, and they're old. And look, when we were growing up, we had the English national team, and most of their players were old, especially the goalkeeper, Peter Shilton. He was in his 40s. Okay, he was in his 40s, and he was one of the best goalkeepers at the World Cup at that time. Okay, I don't think that by benching Ayu and some of these other guys and not calling them is helping. These young men are new. They need leadership. Okay, they need leadership. I think we need to start, blending some of the older guys like Wakaso and some of these guys, blend them in. So then they can teach these guys how to, win games moving forward. Are they that old? In soccer terms, yes, but it does not mean that they can't help. They can help at the top level because if you need experienced players to take certain free kicks, okay, they will do it. Look at our free kicks. It wasn't even close. All the free kicks were way into the stands. Okay, it's sad to see Ghana, pretty much destroy the game that we love right in front of the world. And remember, AFCON is not just being watched in Africa, it's being watched all over the world. So if a player can even take a free kick, that could get as close to the goalpost, but yet it's in the stands, they start to question, what are these guys doing over there?
All right. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, Coach Julius, for that wonderful analysis. Let me read one comment on YouTube. And Oliver Ajuman, again, he said, three things to get things right. Get working GFA, responsible coach, and committed players hungry for success. So Kwame Ajuman thinks if we don't get all these three things, it's not going to happen. And I think I agree with him. Now, first match is gone. Quickly, we are approaching top of the hour. Now, against the Pharaohs of Egypt, Bureau, the first thing, do you think we have a chance to beat them, draw? Or what do you think? Is Coach Houston going to learn from his mistake? Is he going to get his selection right? His substitutions right? Thursday's game against the Pharaohs of Egypt, what do you think we should do to win that game?
Like I said before, they need to work on the midfield and also the striking ability of the players. Because if you don't get the midfield and defense, in fact, there should be an total overhaul of the team. Because the first game, they performed poorly, but Egypt had some, terrific players like Zizou, Trezeguet, Mo Salah. To be able to, prevent those guys from scoring, we need a solid defense. And the defense, if you don't have solid defense, we allow them to play the game as they wish. I don't think we're going to win. But if we take the game to them and make sure that we are on them, and we are not giving them much space to operate, to play the game that suit them, then we have a better chance of a draw. But if we allow them to play their game, we'll be out of the tournament. Because when we lose the second game, Mozambique, we saw what Mozambique did. They are capable of beating us. So, it will be a daunting task, but let's see how it pans out. For now, I have no confidence, to be honest with you.
Thank you very much, Biaru. Biaru thinks it's still doable. He thinks the Black Stars of Ghana can shine on Thursday against the Pharaohs of Egypt. But he said it is not going to be easy. Coach Houston and your players, hope you get this message right. It's not going to be easy. Yeah. What do you think we should do to win on Thursday? Or do you even have a chance to beat the Pharaohs of Egypt? Yeah. On Thursday.
It's a game, right? A game is a win or lose or draw, so anything can happen. So go back. Go. Oop, guys, sorry. Yeah, so I think the best thing to do is we just have to, renew our sense of purpose and excitement. That's the only way we can do something in these two games that we have. With the character and everything that we went in with the first game, if you do the same thing for the second game, it's just going to be the same results. And as I said, it's a game. Anything can happen. You can predict. Anything can happen. Egypt is not having a good game anyways. They have good players, but they also don't look like a team, because their game against Mozambique wasn't that exciting. So anything can happen. And if we can put a little bit more excitement in the game, and just have some purpose, then I think we can have a decent results. But I'm not going to up my hopes that I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to. We'll just come back here and then talk about it and all that. But I'm not. I don't expect anything huge from the Black Stars at this point. Yeah.
So Dr. Yao think he's not expecting anything huge from the Black Stars. And I think I agree with you. Like I said in my previous video, gone were the days when you say Ghana versus Comoros, Ghana versus Cape Verde. Come on, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. This is the Black Stars who play a friendly match under Coach Giuseppe Dusena. We drew 0-0 with the then Dutch national team. So yes, with now Black Stars nowadays, it's unpredictable. Coach Julius, what do you think we should do? Do you think we even stand a chance to beat the Pharaohs of Egypt? What do you think we should do? Or we can even snatch a draw or defeat will be smiling at us. What do you think? Coach Julius.
Well, thank you, De Silva. Well, one, I think that anything is possible, right? Secondly, I think that the coach can come up with a different strategy because his first strategy didn't work. Now, if you're a coach and you don't have an antidote to a problem, then you might as well give it up. Okay, so I think he has to come up with a different strategy. What is it going to be? I'm not sure. At the same time, I think the players have to be mentally, physically ready to say, hey, listen, we screwed up. We have to make it up to our country. We have to lift our country to the highest esteem and regain that respect that we've always had. I think Egypt is very good, considering the fact that they possessed the ball 62% against Mozambique, and their passing abilities was 91%. If you have a team that is possessing the ball 62% and their passing abilities are 91%, the passing connect is 518. That's deadly. That's very, very deadly, because if Cape Verde, who was playing more of a counter attack, was able to, neutralize our defense, a team like Egypt will make you look even worse because of ball possession. Your players, one, are out of shape. So then the more they possess the ball, the more you get to chase, right? And then it opens you up for goals. You see, I'm not saying that Black Stars cannot perform. What I'm saying is, in as much as we're hoping that they turn things around, we also have to look at the obstacles in front of them. Egypt is not Cape Verde. They have one of the most deadliest players on the face of the earth playing for them. And if our defense is going to stay the way it is, then we don't have a chance at all. Okay. But if the coach is going to come up with plan B, that, either he goes all out, understanding that, he might just lose the game, or he's going to take a high risk and then come up with one goal and then, pack the bus, then so be it. But overall, I think that it's more or less like 80-20, 80% to Egypt and 20% to us, considering me watching both teams and their performance, because we can't possess the ball to save our lives. There's no accuracy in our passes, and like I said, Egypt possessed 62% of their game against Mozambique, the passing accuracy was 91%. The passing connect was 18 passes. I mean, those numbers are unstoppable. So what are we going to do different? I think that we have to go in, probably play 4-4-2 to be able to have at least enough in the midfield, which goes to what Biro been saying the whole time, that we don't have midfield. At least if we pack our midfield, we can compete with the ball possessions. Remember, ball possessions would win games any day. Okay, it will win any day, because once you possess so much, the opponent gets tired of chasing. Okay, and then you start to create passes at the finishing end, and that is how, if Egypt is going to beat us, that's how they're going to beat us. But I don't see Ghana making any changes. I think the coach is probably going to hold his own and make some adjustment. And if he does, we want to see how that turns out. That's just how I'm looking at it right now.
Thank you very, very much, Coach Julius. Once again, if you just join us, we are live on Richma TV on YouTube with Sports Chat with Da Silva, where today we are discussing, can the Black Stars of Ghana, can they shine after yesterday's abysmal performance with the Blue Sharks of Cape Verde? Now, I'm just looking at something. So Cape Verde had 5 shots on target as against 1 from Ghana Black Stars. And they possessed the ball, they had 45 of ball possession. I mean 55. And we had 45. Yeah. Do you think our current Black Star team, are they that bad? Or do they need are we that bad that Cape Verde, which we've beaten? I think the last time we met in AFCON, we were able to beat them. The last fixture was Ghana and Cape Verde, which I think Mubarak Wakasu scored 2 goals. But if Ghana can struggle with a team like Cape Verde, then I think there is a problem. Do you think they are missing the service of Mohamed Kudus? So my question to you, Yao, do you think that, are we that bad as a team, or nothing is just not working for the Black Stars currently?
I don't know, but I think we are. Yes, we are bad, because even beating Cape Verde last time, we struggled to even get that 2-1. We struggled. We didn't lose that game, and I think that game was just a given for us, So if we struggle then and they beat us now, it's not surprising, because nothing has changed since then. Nothing has changed since then. And as coach and Bureau is saying, there's no midfield. There's no system. There's nothing. I was just talking to somebody and I was just saying, even this long range, pickup boys, we can even play better than they are doing. All you just have to do is just hold the ball, just play the ball around. We can't even possess the ball for even a minute. We can't even hold the ball for even 1 minute. Even when we are passing the ball, it's like we can't even, put power in the ball that we are passing. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to say what exactly is going on, but it's tough. It's tough,
All right. Thank you. Yeah, we have a comment from YouTube. His DP said, are they that bad? Yes. No team chemistry. DP said no team chemistry. Then DP came back again. He said, I hate to say this, but the coach is clueless. DP wants to tell us that Coach Chris Hilton is clueless. He doesn't understand, or he doesn't know exactly what he is doing. Bureau, if you are in the position of Coach Chris Houston, what are you going to do? Because he sent, I look at the lineup, Richmond Lamptey, the most informed local player of Patablos Asante Kotoko. What didn't even dress? Why do they always take in the local players and they don't give them? To me, If they give the local players the chance, they will be hungry, they will play for success, so that they will also, in future, they will be professional players. So, Piero, my question to you, do you think we should advocate for more, or they should give more local players the chance to help the Black Stars of Ghana shine?
Perio, your mic is off.
Yeah, so I said yes, it's very important that we give the local players the chance, especially those who are hungry to win something for the country. It was so sad that this Richard guy was not even given the chance. He probably would have outshined a lot of the midfielders if he was given a chance. So the coach needs to do his homework well and make sure that he pack the midfield, because the engine of the team is the midfield. If the midfield is in disarray, we're not going to win anything. So there should be cohesiveness. There should be chemistry within the team, so that we can at least salvage a point. But as it is now, if we carry on with the way we played our first game, we're going to have a big challenge. So, in my opinion, I think the local players needs to be given a chance, because all those who won the African Cup for Ghana were all local players. At the time, we didn't have foreign players. Those were the patriotic ones who wore the Black Stars on their sleeves. They wore it like everything. They wanted to win something for the country, and they did so without all these monies. They were able to do it. So I think the local players, so far we've won. The foreign players have not won us anything, anyways. So
thank you very much, Piero.
Giving a chance, yeah.
Yes, once upon a time, the late Sir Sojo Satukwefu used glorious continental club masters, Accra House of Folk players, and they drew with the star-studded team of the Super Green Eagles at Accra Sports Stadium in a World Cup qualifier. And viewers, all these 4 trophies that Ghana has won, it was local coaches and local players. So, with all this background, yeah, do you think we should give the local players moving forward a more role in the national team for the Black Stars to shine?
Of course we should, because all these foreign-based players, all they are thinking about is their club, where their money is going to come from. They are not hungry for anything, they are not hungry to put themselves on the map. Everybody knows them already. So what are they playing for? And they think they are just doing the country a favor by playing for the country. So why don't you just give? Are you going to tell me we can't come up with 11 solid players from Ghana, with the likes of Accra Folk, Kotoko, and all the other clubs? We can't come up with 11 players that can play better than these guys. Come on, there's a lot of them. But the corruption and all this GFA, and they want their players to be in a team because they are the managers, and they want them to be seen by big clubs so they can get their share. That's what is happening. It's all the corruption. So all these good players that we have back home in Ghana, they are never going to get a chance. They will bring them to the bench, and they will not give them the chance to even be on the pitch and then showcase what they have. So until we can just get rid of that, I think this is what's going to happen. As you guys said, all the other 4 trophies that we won, they were all local star players. And at that time, they wanted to play. They wanted people to see them. They wanted to showcase what they have. So they put in all, because they knew that they were just, all they had was playing for Ghana. But these guys, hey, they can even tell you that, hey, don't call me for the Black Stars. It has gotten to that. Before, everybody wants to be in the Black Stars. Everybody wants to be called. But now they're able to tell you that, don't call me, because I'm not going to be able to come. They will come, and then they will come with their own physiotherapists and all these people walking around, and they are all injured. Why do you come if you're injured? If you're not going to play, why do you come? There's no point. So I think they should give all these local players the chance. They can do, trust me, what they did with Cape Verde, come on. Even Adriana Stars can play Cape Verde and not lose that game. Olympics can play Cape Verde and not lose that game. Come on. So yeah, until the corruption goes away, we'll keep talking about, let the local players play, let the local play. Nothing is going to happen. It's never going to happen because the GFA boss himself is trying to use the Black Stars to sell his players. How can you be a GFA president and then be a player manager at the same time and be selling players to other clubs? That's conflict of interest. That's conflict of interest. Why is that even happening in the first place? Why is he a GFA president in the first place? There's no need for him to be there. No need. But hey, that's how it is. It starts from the president all the way down to we the people. So until the mindset and until all the corruption, all that goes away, nothing is going to change. It's just going to continue to remain the same way it is. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Yao. Yes, Yao thinks we should give the local players a chance. Beru also think the same. And I personally also think the same because, for instance, Egypt, when El Ali and Zamalek are playing very well, look at the likes of Mohamed Abu Treka of El Ali. Played his entire career with El Ali. When Egypt were winning back-to-back, they were dominated by El Ali and Zamalek players. And even Hassan Shiara, the coach, he was a local coach. So the same question, Coach Julius, briefly, do you think we should give our local players, and even the local coaches too, but let's take on the local players, they should give them more chances to play for the senior most national team, the Black Stars?
Well, there's a yes. It's a yes. I think that the elite local players deserve to play in the national team. But there's also a flip side to that. Most local players that may get the opportunity to play for the national team have one agenda. They want to be seen, and right after they get the recognition, they're gone. Right? My thing is this, and I'm going to emphasize on being a patriotic Ghanaian. Why are you wearing that jersey? Are you wearing that jersey because you want to get the recognition and then leave your country for somewhere better? Or you want to wear the jersey and make your country proud? Make everybody recognize you as a hero of your country. This is something that I want to point out, because if you look at the Ayew brothers, irrespective of whatever circumstances, whatever situation it may be, these boys, they show up for their country no matter what. They may perform really bad at some games, but they do show up. They tell you one thing: they would die for Ghana. I respect those young men very, very, very much. Now, with regards to the local players, I believe that if you want a healthy Black Star, right, you need to keep the players that are coming from the under 20, and it starts from under 17. When you keep them and you maintain them, okay, they become deadly. If you look at Brazil, Argentina, Portugal, all of these top teams, right, they keep their players. They don't abandon them. They don't throw them away. Okay, just because they mixed up in some other games, they don't throw them away. They allow them to keep playing. So they maintain the guys from under 17 through to under 20, 21, and then all the way to the national team. By the time they get to the national team, they have become deadly players. And what do those players have in common? That is what one of the viewers
Julius,
to you.
Julius, hold on 1 second. Julius, hold on 1 second. Sorry to interrupt you. You will continue with your submission. But viewers, we have someone who said he also wants to join in this discussion. So the producer is bringing the person on stage. He's a former player, a King Faisal product.
No way, man.
Yeah, he played for King Faisal, a Kumasi-based team in the Ghana Premier League some time ago. He goes by the name PR. So PR just alerted the crew that he wants to chip in something. So Priya, you are welcome. You are welcome to Richmond TV Sports Chat with Da Silva. So Priya, you are welcome. So Julius, go ahead with your submission.
So I believe that if we maintain the guys from the 17 through to the 20, 21, all the way to the national team, they become deadly. And what does those players have in common? Chemistry, trust, understanding each other. If you play with a group of guys for an X amount of time, as you get older, you guys understand each other more. If I'm playing against Yao, or if I'm playing with Yao, P Yao, and Biro, I understand P Yao plays this kind of way. So before I make the move, P Yao had already seen me, and he's going to release the ball to me at that angle. But if we continue to take players out and bring new players in, it's going to get to the point where P Yao is not even going to trust the team anymore because he sees different faces every day. He gets tired of it, right? But we don't maintain the players, and then we keep bringing new players in and day out. Black Stars is not going to be healthy if we keep changing players. We need to groom a set of players, and then when those players fade out, there's another group of players that we have groomed that will take their place. If not, we will keep going back to the drawing board. This coach is not good. This FA is not doing this. Let's maintain our players. Okay. Again, I will refer back to Asian, Muntari, and all those guys. They knew each other. They played with each other. There was trust. So their performance at any level was impeccable. The chemistry was unstoppable. But now we have players that play today, tomorrow you don't see them, and then we have another player that come in today, they don't see them again. Okay, I didn't even know Samanyo, that striker. I didn't even know that he was gonna be the one striking in this game. But again, it blows my mind because we have so many different players coming in, and we cannot build that chemistry by bringing different players. Allow a group of guys to play, make them deadly. In the beginning, it will be difficult, but as time goes on, they become deadly. At least from my standpoint of playing soccer, I have realized that there's a group of guys that I respect so much, and if we go out to play, I know those guys are going to perform at any level. That is my 2 cents on that.
Thank you very, very much, Coach Julius. That is his 2 cents on that. Pierre, welcome to Sports Chat with Da Silva on Richmond TV.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Happy New Year, everybody.
So, as I rightly said, those who don't know PR,
I think all of them know me except Mr. Barrow. Maybe either we met or we haven't met before. But Yao and Julius, they are my buddies. I play with them and they know me very well.
Right. So PR, yes, they know you. But I'm talking of the viewers. So for viewers,
sorry, yes.
Viewers watching, let their comments come, like, subscribe, and share. PR is, should I say, I'll give him that title, a master of the game, because if you are not that tough, you cannot play.
Yeah, Julius can testify that. Julius and Yao can testify that.
You cannot play for a large Grusa if you are not that tough and you are not that wise. You cannot play for a large Grusa. So he's played the Ghana Premier League back in the days for King Faisal, a Kumasi-based team. So he understands the game. So he just alerted the production that he needs to be part of this particular discussion. That's why we brought PL into this game. But before PL, I gave you the chance to give a summary of whatever. You've been watching the program. So a summary of whatever we're talking about. DP said, do we have the talent? Yes, they are ready to play their hearts out. That is for the local players. He said, give players the chance. He said, yes, the local players deserve the chance. Then he came again and said, the local players should be playing the entire game. They are more patriotic than these professionals. They are scared to get hurt and willing to sacrifice for the country. And he said, bring coach football back. GFA should channel their resources there instant. So he wants GFA to channel the resources into coach soccer. I don't want to go into coach soccer because if I go into coach soccer, we are going to finish next year because I played coach, Julius played coach, Pia also played coach. So if I go to that terrain, viewers, we are not going to finish. So over to you, Pia. Can the Black Star shine? I mean, you'll be watching the program and you want to also chip in. So what do you think? Can we shine? What is the problem? What do you think we got it right? In brief, we are top of the hour. We need to wrap up very soon. So what do you think, Pia?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity and greeting to all your viewers and everybody that is listening to us this evening. Yes, I think you just said you don't want to go to the course because if you go back, to the course football, it's going to take us days and maybe months and years. But my brother, I will stand with that. The Blaster can shine. Yes, they can. We lost our first game. We have 2 more games to go, which everybody is hoping we can win these 2 games. Egypt's game is going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough. But I think we losing the first game is going to also prepare the guys for them to know that, yes, we have only this chance or we have only this game to make it to another level. So they will also come all out to do what they can for the country, Ghana. But my brother, our whole football, as we are all looking at it or we are all watching or seeing what is going on, the basic is the course. We can't do anything. We can't talk without talking about the course football. I was even discussing this with my wife this morning. If you take the coast football out of this equation, Ghana soccer can never survive. I'm not a prophet. We've been there before. We played with some great guys before. Like Emba, Michael say, Emba Power. We played with Stephen Odro, Yao Zico, Joe Luis, Skelly Adututu, Bashiru Gambo, my own senior brother, Sami Tuga, Samuel Sekofo, so on and so on. I think, Julius can testify that.
Yeah.
So what the FA have to do is to bring the coach back. Fine, the soccer academy or academy, whatever they call it, is doing their thing. But the coach has to come back, my brother. Without a coach, Ghana soccer can never survive. Look at the Premier League. Let's start from the 3rd division. 3rd division, if you go to Ghana right now and watch the 3rd division league, you will get up and leave. Talk about the 2nd division, the 1st division, and the Premier. The Premier is like coast. When you go to Ghana right now and watch Premier Division League, it's like you're watching the coast. When I used to play coast that time, people are not even watching the Premier League because there's nobody to watch. So the FA need to bring the coast back. That will make us get the blaster that we used to know. Other than that, brother, we're going to look at this and we're going to be beaten by. Look at the team that we got beat by. Ghana playing, Cape Verde and losing to Cape Verde 2-1. Come on, man. So for now, that's what I have to say. The course need to come back. No matter what, they have to bring the course back. Fine. Julius, give me the word. Why do they say those? Is it academic?
Soccer Academy.
The soccer
So, soccer
academies and all
academy,
those.
yeah.
Yes, they are there. Let them do their thing. But the coach needs to be back because listen, now the soccer academies, you have to register, they have to pay money to get in and all those kind of things. There are some people, there are somebody in somewhere that the parents don't have anything to register them in those academies. But when the local coast league is going on and the FA is taking care of them, the guy that is on in some village that we don't even know the name of that village, or maybe let me use it, the small town, can join those teams. In my days, we played the league. When you come first, second, third, they choose first 3 teams from all the regions. Then you play either Milo will sponsor or maybe the VACO will sponsor. Then they will choose under 15, national under 15 from there, the academic cars from there. And you can talk about Michael Asian, as I said, my own playmate, Michael Ember Power, a whole lot of guys that came out from those teams.
Era.
So yes, the era. So the soccer, I mean the course, you can't talk about Ghana soccer without talking about the course that is not available no more. We have to bring the course back. That will make the Black Stars.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much, Pia. Let me take it from you made a very good point. Gone were the days when you are going to the stadium, whether the Kinafama Premier League, the One Touch Premier League, you know you are going to watch Michael Ember. Big shout outs to you, Michael Baji. Baji.
Ember Power.
Ember
That's
Power.
my boy.
Thank you. Ember, how do you know that?
Me and him used to fight all the time.
Yeah, so thank you, Ember, for all the support. Yes, so like when you are going to stadium, you know you are going to watch PL, Daniel Coma, Chester Sampon Taylor.
That's Daniel Coma. That's my boy.
But now, when you are going, who are you going to watch? Now we are almost there. We have to wrap up. But before we wrap up, I want to take roundtable and ask, what do you think? Okay, the way forward is the course. So let me take your last words, starting from Yao. Yao, so your last words to this program, the topic, and to your fans. Your last words before we wrap up, Yao.
Sorry. Thank you for having me on here. I think we've had a very nice conversation. And then thank you to the viewers for their time as well. And again, let us all go and subscribe, share, and then let's keep following this channel for more tidbits. What I'm going to say is there should be a mindset. There should be a change in mindset. Without that, I don't think anything is going to change from the top going down. You guys are talking about coats. Yeah, they can bring back the coats, but if the folks up there are not ready to do it, what are you going to do? We're going to keep talking and talking and talking and talking. You guys were talking about Dream FC. Is it the academy? The academy is a private entity, and they're just making money out of it. All they are looking to do is to groom players and then send them abroad, and they make money off of it. I don't think their intention is to help the country in any way. So we're just going to keep going in circles. Until something gives, we're just going to keep going in circles. And with this AFCON, again, I am going to say, it's just me, that's my opinion. I don't have my hopes are not that high in the first place. I'm just going to support. I'm a Ghanaian. I will do whatever I have. I'm going to watch the games, but, I'm going to eat before I watch the games. That I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to starve myself and then watch the game and then go eat. No, that's not going to happen. Before we used to do that. Oh, we're going to win the game, so who cares? Now we are even struggling to even get out of a group stage. Before, when we're going into tournaments like this, we are anticipating. Okay, who are we going to play in the quarterfinals? Who are we going to play in the semifinals? That's what we think about all the time because we know that we're already going out of the group stages. But now Ghana, we are even struggling to even get out of the group stages. It's very sad. So I don't know, but we'll just see. We have 2 more games. I'm going to keep praying that something gives, and then we'll come back and we'll just discuss. So thank you guys.
Thank you very much, Yao. Thank you. Coach Julius, your final words.
Ah, man. Well, first I'd like to thank you, De Silva, for having me here. Thank the viewers. We thank all the panelists that showed up today. I would encourage everybody, particularly our viewers, to continue subscribing and liking and commenting, and keep showing us love. This platform is the best, and I think it's extremely educative. People will learn a lot from here. And again, thank you to De Silva for setting this up for everybody else. Um, I I, I want to say this. I don't want to have a negative mindset about Ghana soccer, but PL brought something up which is extremely important because there are likes of me, himself, and other people that went through that coach, and it did us tremendous good. It opened your mind to a whole different level of soccer, right? I understand what you learn from the academy. At the same time, the mental toughness is missing. And if you look at our Black Stars, they don't have that mental toughness. When we were younger playing in coats, if I was supposed to be competing against Piao, my he may be my best friend, but I'm going at him like he's my enemy. That mental toughness is missing. So yes, I agree. We need to go back to the coast. We need to rebuild that mental toughness, and then let uh, um, the generations that are coming after us realize that the game is not a joke, because you came from the slump and now you're performing at the highest level, where you're seeing Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, and all those guys are playing at that same level. So if we don't go back to the basics, okay, the Ghana soccer as we know it will die. So Piao is absolute correct, because again, I have coached so many young men of this generation, and they don't have the basics. They don't have the mental toughness. When you're talking to half of Ghanaian players of this generation, it's like everybody has an attitude. Everybody feels like they know it all. When we were growing up, that's not how it was. When the coach tells you you're sitting on the bench, you sit on the bench and you're quiet and you watch the game. Now you tell a young man to sit on the bench, he has an attitude problem. So that basics, those basics, if we don't go back to the coast where you are being told what to do and you follow instructions, okay, most of these players are not going to be coachable. So yes, it's right. And in regards to Black Stars now, I think that um y'all said it best. It's all mental. You need to change your mindset and go all out. Okay. At this point, you have to go all out. Leave it all on the field. If you come off the field and you are walking or jogging, that means you didn't play the game. You have to leave everything in there. Let's carry you off the field. Make Egypt understand that you came to play and you mean business. But if you come off the field walking like you want to go do a Samoan dance, that means you didn't come to represent Ghana. You came to fool around. So I think that we can do better. I seriously think we can do better.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Coach Julius. Bureau, what do you think? Your last words before we wrap up.
Yeah, Da Silva, thank you so much for having me on the program. Viewers, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your time. Please continue to tune in. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. You send the links to your friends. It's a new channel. We're trying to grow, so we need your support. So please share, like, subscribe. Yeah, my thought on the Black Stars at the moment is that we still have a lot of room to improve. from the crop of players we have, like some of you have all said, we don't have the quality of players we have these days. They are not up to the standard we used to have, like the likes of Stephen Appice and Asamoah Gyan, Essien, Muntari. We don't have those kind of players. Those days are over. And then the new crop of players, like you guys said, coach said, they don't have the mental fortitude to have the winning mentality. That when a team is down, we are going to play. We are going to go in all out, even if they have to carry out on our on what trenches, and take us back to the home. They will do that, but these days we don't see that. But we pray that the coming generation will learn from the mistakes of these current players and try to improve. And talking about the coast team, I remember those days when I used to go to Tabora Alaji or Aveno. They used to play coast team there. I have a cousin who is Martin, and they play 7. When you see the game, these boys can play. We have to sneak out because the old man wouldn't allow us to go play football. So who are you to go play football? You wouldn't dare. But we do play from time to time. When he travels, we go to ATTC to play football on the park. But then we saw, one of the best talents in the coast team. So we will, I remember those days when they line up, they give everybody who take the card and go and show to the referee.
Yep.
Then and when they tell them to sit down, they sit down. Some of them, if they misbehave, you could be the best player in the team, but they'll bench you.
Of course, yes.
The coach will bench you. I remember there was this guy called Silvanos. Oh, that boy is so good. That boy is so good. And you could see those guys are from poor background. And when they come to the pitch, because, after the game, they get something from, little donation. People come there to be entertained.
Yeah.
And so they get money. That day, they get some small money. Somebody will bet, they'll do betting. So right there, when the person wins the bet, will give you something small. So you could see that these guys were playing all out, but we don't have that anymore. But so we'll play with GFA to just introduce the soccer, the coast team again. Because the soccer academy now is a profit venture. They don't have the time to groom the players. So with the player, they look out for somebody who shown some little bit of talent. They sharpen smoothing the rough edges more, and then
it's money.
So it's all about money now. It's not about talent. It's not about talent. So they and then, like you said, those players who are in the villages who have the talent, they don't get a chance to be seen because now you have to pay to get into the coast team. The soccer academy. The last justify your inclusion that Dabo, right?
Yes, I watched that video.
There was that young boy. The young boy, he dreamed of becoming a football player. So he had his own. He trains in the house. The boy said he has to borrow his last money or something. And then he was able to come to the park for just upon touching the ball 1-2, they saw that this boy has something. Had the boy not come to justify his inclusion, he would not have been discovered. You see, but those days in the local, they justify coast team were played in the local. It could be some rough park in the community. Then sometimes you have to travel to other other towns to play against the other team. That's where they discover talents. But these
Right.
days, is no longer that. And then the GFA has to look back. We need to
Yes.
take a look at the system and see how best you can bring those systems like the coast that helped to feed other under 12, under 15, under 17, all the way to Black Stars. And I think it's about time we need to make a decisive decision.
All right.
And then,
Thank you very much, Biero. Like I said, I know the passion. You guys would have loved us to go on and on and on and on and on and on. I promise you, viewers, give me your comment. If you want us to do part 2 of this same topic, give us your comment. Before PR give us his last words, let me read a few comments. So, DP, Mr. Daniel Prempe, I see you. Big shout out, Mr. Daniel Prempe. So, Mr. Daniel Prempe said, bring the coast football back. GFA should channel their instant. Then Daniel Prempe came back again. He said, with this team, we can't beat Mozambique, let alone Egypt. Mr. Prempe came back again and said, you are exactly right, PL. Then Mr. Prempe said, the Odate, the Babagambos, the Samituga, the Shamokwe, the Pablo, all came from coast. It has to see our football going down the drain. Yes, it's very, very sad. Then Daniel, yes, I'm powerful. Big shout out, Danny, all the way from Texas. I see you, bro. He said, you guys have talked my mind. Great job to you, Da Silva, and the guys for the platform. Daniel here, watching y'all from Dallas, Texas. Then Mr. Prempe came back again. He said, Coach D, he means to say Coach Da Silva, well done for putting this together. Young man, I love it and will always be punctual. Your contributors are knowledgeable and that helps with the discussion. Thank you, Mr. Daniel Prempe. Yes. Thank you for always the support. You've always been supporting anything that I do ever since I came in contact with you. Thank you very much and thank you. So, PR is okay. So, viewers, this is where we draw the curtains down on this live transmission. Can the Black Stars of Ghana shine? Thank you for all your comments. I know you shared it a lot. Please subscribe for more updates. Like the channel. This is a live transmission of Sports Chats with Da Silva live on Richma TV. Thank you to all my panelists. As the comments rightly said, they said you guys are knowledgeable. This is where we sign off. This is where we bring an end to this live telecast of Sports Chat with Da Silva. Today, I was joined in the studios by Coach Julius, a very, very astute technical coach, a father, a brother to me. He understands the game. Coach of All Stars, a team that represented Maryland, I think 3 years or 4 years ago, currently helping with the Steel Pulse project as a coach and a technical director. Yao Owusu Fuku, a doctor by profession, a philanthropist in the game. Yao always want to put his money into soccer. He love it. Biero, a chief accountant, a viewers. Very soon it will be tax season. Hit me up and Biero will make you some coins. He knows what he does. Thank you to the production crew, Richard, Emilia, and Emma, for producing this program, helping with all the videos and everything. I say till we meet again. Thank you for joining. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. This is Sports Chat with Da Silva. Till I see you again, I say bye-bye. You see me when I see you. See ya. Bye.
Bye.